Hi guys, Dorota International nail artist and educator here, and I am in with Olivia and her grown nails. We've got a couple minutes in between the clients, and we are gonna start doing the rebalance on those nails. So first of all, I'm just sanitizing her hands. We had no time yet to think actually what we want to do it on her nails, but we'll think of something really nice and spring. So first of all, I need to remove an old gel polish and then search for any lifting which might be hiding underneath, or maybe not. We'll see.
6 weeks old.
Are they 6 weeks?
Tomorrow is 6 weeks.
Okay, so yeah, they are 6 weeks old, and it's a shame because we try to do every 3 weeks, and then they are really nice condition. Because on Olivia's nails, once they pass Mark 3, things can.
Lasted pretty well though.
Were
I
they?
don't know what they're like underneath. But
Looks good, this
not
one.
bad.
Okay. Anyway, we'll see it how we did get on. If you didn't watch, guys, how this set was done, there is of course the tutorial on the channel where you can see it. You need to think of what kind of nice colors you want for spring. Maybe an opal nails.
yeah,
Yeah? I think that will be super cool.
sounds good to me.
Sounds good to you. Okay.
Maybe
This-
some lifting on the ends,
But overall, they're not too bad, yeah.
I think they're better than usual. Though I have been on holiday.
So you didn't work this
So
much.
I've not been in the salon, and I know that working, I often end up
Damaging them
damaging
more
my nails. I have been painting with these nails.
in the house.
Yes. But that's painting. I'm not using my nails for that.
They're actually really good for 6 weeks.
I know.
Better than sometimes 4 weeks.
That's why I've not been begging you for a chance to do my nails. I've just been like, whenever you've got time.
Okay, guys, here we've got a pocket lifting, and this is a very dangerous thing. I will just clean it to show you that. So you can see here I've got pretty solid color, and then right in there is a lighter place, and this is called this pocket lifting. It can be pretty dangerous in a matter of missing it. Sometimes it is not visible, and especially in nail techs which are just starting, they would assume there is no lifting and they would just leave that on. Obviously this can cause for the Pseudomonas bacteria entering, or like water get with the water which gets trapped in there, and then that will be a case of the greenish happening on the nails. So make sure you do really remove it, and that's what I'm doing now. But because I have filed this nail for a decent amount of the time, I'm swapping to another hand, like another nail, making sure I do not cause friction.
Yes.
Yay! A heat friction, and then go back to it again, jump into another nail. So my question is, what you want to do with the length?
Whatever you want.
Whatever I want.
They definitely need a tiny bit shorter.
Yeah, just to reshape them so they're nicer.
Because I did file them from the bottom a little bit a week or two ago. Just so that they don't lift. Because I knew it would be a while until I got them done. And yeah, just whatever you want. Not too long, not too short.
Okay, just take them down a little
Take
bit.
them down just so we can get a nice shape. I like it when we try and make them slightly more, they're not almonds, but like more almondy.
More
than just
almondy.
oval.
Yes, so the last time we had them more oval because of the length, and the longer they are, the more almond shape we can do. Because this way we do not overfile the sides. So okay, let's do an almond shape. I'm just gonna quickly file the other hand as well, which Olivia already shortened it.
I keep this hand a little shorter than the other one. Because I love long nails, but I want to play guitar.
Yeah. You can see it, I'm going a little bit faster first of all to remove the biggest bulk. Open your hand. Thank you. And now just slowing down.
This hand might have more lifting.
I can see it, there is a lifting on the index finger. So I'm pulling her nail folds down, like, so I can really file those sides as well. But look how nice the growth area is, like it's so thin and so...
Even though these were really dark colors, the growth didn't bother me at all.
See, I find it actually with the black nails, the growth doesn't bother me either. So usually, like if I wear very dark color, I'm okay with it. I think the light color bothers me more, especially the growth on the white nails. And I love my white nails. So here I've got a tiny bit of lifting in a corner, get rid of that. Get rid of all this lifting here. Oh, that one looks really bad. Again, swap to another one.
That's probably because those nail beds are shorter than the other nails.
They are shorter,
And therefore
definitely.
the nail free edge is longer than the other nails. So I'm probably just bending them a little bit by accident, causing the air pockets halfway through.
No pressure at all. I want only the bead to touch the product, not the natural nail. Here we are. Oh gosh, the difference in the size is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, so 180 grit to go on the natural nail. And we are gonna reshape them into an almond shape as much as possible because the other hand is much shorter, so...
You don't need to shorten them as much as the other hand.
She
I
says.
I know you want them to match. But I like having the length, but I want to play guitar, which is why the other hand's shorter. And it's not noticeable.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Multitasking again. So I'm gonna, because we've got only like, what, 15, maybe 20 minutes till the clients comes in, I'm just gonna... 22 minutes, okay, Olivia says we've got 22 minutes. So what I'm gonna do it, guys, is I will just prepare them for the infill and do the gel application, and then probably we wouldn't manage, oh, maybe manage shaping as well. And then the design we will do it in round 2 in between the clients again. So that's the joys of doing Olivia's nails sometimes. But we also get spoiled with the nice weather, and it's a kind of like you don't want to be coming in on the day off to do the nails where you can actually really enjoy a tiny bit of the nice weather, which doesn't happen in Fort William often. Here I've got a tiny bit of lifting as well, so get rid of that. Gosh, they are so long. Nice and gentle file, and with this one again I want to come up from underneath because we want to lift this nail up a little bit. Oh my goodness, look how long it is.
I can feel it.
I know you
I
don't
hate
like
fi- I
you
hate-
don't like this feeling.
I hate filing in general, but on a really long,
Natural nail.
thin nail, because I'm just taking the gel off because of the lifting, it just feels horrible.
That's why I'm also look like what I'm doing, guys. I'm making sure I'm supporting her natural nail so it doesn't wobble too much when we file it, and then you can see it. The lifting jumps out nicely by filing it into the right places.
I keep trying not to pull away. I don't think I'll ever get used to filing.
They're not. Yeah, some people just don't like it at all. Like
I hate filing my own nails as well.
I don't like to touch the wood.
I can't.
You can't either.
No. Now that I've been wearing gloves with my files, I hate touching them without gloves.
Yeah,
it
that's
gives
another
me similar
thing.
sensation.
So, yeah, I know. Like it's almost make your teeth go really
Yeah.
sore and.
It's cringe.
Mm-hmm. Now her cuticles are actually really good condition as well. I will just go with the bead to make sure there is no cuticle on the nail plate, and then we will trim it into next stage. So let me quickly just file that one as well, so I can just apply gel on both hands.
The shape's really nice.
Yeah, it's more almond because the last few times we have been doing more of a
More oval.
oval shape. Gosh, what have you done with this nail?
It's those can be round. These can be more round, like more oval.
No, it can't be that way. You can't have two different hands. I know most of the nail technician does it, but and you can kind of
I've
forgive
walked
it.
about with one hand long extensions, one hand short nails for 2 weeks.
And yes, I did have one hand like really long stiletto nails, and the other hand was just normal nails as
Yeah.
well. So yeah, for a nail technician, it's a kind of normal thing. Let me know, guys, if you've got. Thank you. If you've got two hands the same, or are they different? I'm quite curious, like how many of you wear different hands, and Olivia probably want to know as well.
I've had clients keep 2 nails shorter for putting
Contact
in
lenses.
contact lenses before as well, but they want the length to keep the others long.
Here you can see I've got funny situation. There is a tiny bit of missing into that corner, and I'm gonna just keep it, file it first of all like this and leave it, and then we will try to fill it up with the gel, and we should be able to get it pretty decent. Okay, cuticle bead, and we are gonna do quickly some cuticle work on the nail plate, and then I will be able to
I will say, had I realised that we were going to do my
Do
nails
both,
today,
yeah.
I wouldn't have filed them last night. I did it last night because I was playing guitar and I'm like, I can't play guitar right now and I really want to. And I haven't played it in a couple weeks.
Oh, that was a nice beat coming off from the nail plate. Very satisfying, guys. So satisfying. Yeah, but only cleaning the nail plate.
Okay.
And then putting back into the reverse
Julia.
and do the other side. And same on the other hand. Perfect, so that's the cuticle done. Perfect, grab my cuticle nippers and do not trim anything because there is hardly anything. We've got just a tiny bit in there. So I usually do not do too much because I like to do it in round 2 once we have finished all the filing.
I just realised I have paint on my finger.
You painted your finger?
No, I've got paint on my finger.
Oh, the lilac, like
Yeah.
light purple. So Olivia is doing her walls light purple.
Thought I washed it all.
It looks like a wee worm. Hello. Sorry guys, like, I mean, for those of you who are watching us for the first time, Olivia is my daughter and we always do it things like either in between the clients in a more relaxed atmosphere and so slightly different than obviously with the clients. Now, blue scrap to dehydrate the nail plate. I can't stand this one, it's so long, I will need to shorten it. Like, you have to have a both hand matching. No. Blue scrap dehydrates the nail plate and prepare it for a gel application. So I clean it always with the blue scrap, and sometimes, like when you clean it, you might move some dust particles and things like that. And this is a thing you ask me guys quite often. Once you clean the nails, why do you go with this brush? The brush isn't dirty. Like, I make sure first of all, like if the clients have any creams or like oils on it, like I make sure it is always removed before I start touching them. And same, I would apply it quite often. I would cleanse everything, their finger and their nail plate before I start filing as well. Like, especially if I do feel someone was washing their hair at the same time or someone was actually applying a hand cream on. This is an extra nail prep which dehydrates the nail plate as well. And then we are gonna apply Universal Air Bond. And quite a few of you says like, oh, I love your gels, like, and I'm so happy to use them that you don't have to use the base gel. So guys, this is the base gel. Like, Universal Air Bond is
The base gel equivalent.
is a base gel equivalent. Like, you still need to prepare those nails for the gel application. You do not apply the gel on its own. Like, you have to put those Universal Air Bond. The only advantage of it, and that's why I prefer it as well, and some of you already as well, is the fact that it is air drying, and it is also universal, which means you can use it in combination with the acrylic range we have, or in combination with some
The builder and a
builder, and no, not only, but we also have the poly gels. It's like a squeezy gel, they called. Milky Pink is our beautiful and favorite one for Olivia's nails. So I'm just gonna put a nice and thin layer. Make sure you do press it really into the nail plate, like you want to massage it strongly inside. Same on that one. Good. Press into a nail plate. Cap those free edge. So you could see my brush split, and when it's splitting, it's capping the free edge. So the free edge is everywhere. Here as well. Look guys, like this is actually a wonderful example. You need to cap that. There we are. So normally when I'm applying the product, quite often with the camera you cannot see it doing, like I'm capping the free edge, but that's what I did it. Now this nail is pretty intact, so I can straight away pick up my mini apex because we don't miss too much of the product in there, and just start filling it up like this. This nail is quite nice and intact as well, so I can already create my apex. You can see the side view. And same, I'm gonna do it on that one. You can see it, I have picked up a slightly bigger scoop of the product, release it from the brush, don't run away from me, give it, that's it.
I have no idea what I did there.
I have no idea either. And then remove the excess of the product from the free edge. Check the side view, beautiful, cook it. The reason why I'm curing it right now is the fact that on her index finger there is hardly any product, and I want those first layer to be really nicely cured and bonded with the natural nail. Yeah. So it doesn't matter like how many layers I would do it, like if there is no product on the natural nail plate, I want this first layer to be really thin. So this will be probably kind of almost like on my base gel, if that makes sense as well. Like by applying this, I'm kind of creating those base. So here I'm not gonna do the index finger again. I'm gonna fill up straight away the middle finger. Just a tiny apex area we are missing here. Go to the side and then start pressing harder so we do not apply the product on the places where we already got the product. Check it. And just add like a tiny wee scoop more. Hi, we are really good, thank you. Perfect change.
It'll be just a couple minutes.
Yeah, so that's our next client, actually Olivia's client, and we are just gonna manage to apply the gel on the entire nails, which is actually really great. She's so chuffed because then later on we can do it more. Now another thin layer, because I love to always work on those slip layer. So it doesn't matter if I've got microscopic amount of the product to apply, like on the case of the thumb, because we already put 2 layers and then we just missing those wee apex here. Just a wee tiny amount, press it nice and hard so we can remove the excess of it. And then pick up a large scoop of the product because we literally need to rebuild the entire nail in here. So get it rid from the brush. The gel would be actually better, a little bit thinner in the consistency. It's a little bit on the thick side. But that's us rebuilding this nail, and later on when I file I will try to also lift it up a little bit. Perfect. Change your hands. Now watch for the index finger because it can get a little bit hot. So play with your hand, and that's what I'm always saying to the clients as well, like play with your hand. So nice and thin layer, and I should be able to apply the product on those 3 nails. This hand is in such a mess, starting from the pinky actually, because on the index finger again I need to apply more product. So when you guys doing rebalance, you have to kind of rebalance the nails, and on each nail you will apply the product slightly different depending on where do you miss the product and how much of the product you miss as well. Okay, so nice and thin, that should level out, and then I can pick up a decent amount of the product. Also, when the gel is thicker consistency, you can actually see that the fiber gel has those wee fibers going on. And for that reason, you're able to build up a little bit slimmer looking extensions, which are still nice and durable, and that's why I love it. And it's so easy to file. And we do ship, guys, internationally as well. So if you want to give it a try, I will just give you a link to our website in the description of this video. Now I've got those ones ready, and I'm gonna just freeze them for 2 seconds, 5 seconds. Do not freeze for 2 seconds. Like you always have to be a minimum of 10, to be honest, just so you don't disturb the process. Like. Because imagine like you try to freeze the gel polish for 2 seconds, then you take it out, it might actually wrinkle. So 10 seconds I would say is at least like for a flash cure. Is it 10 seconds gone?
I don't know, but it's gotten warm, so it's definitely curing.
Perfect, give it back to me. And then we have to just apply the product on that one. And fill up the apex area. So get rid of the product from the brush. Make sure you apply enough in here and there. Check it. If we're happy, then we can swap the hands. I sometimes like to re-inspect it, but that looks pretty good. So we are just going to do a final cure, and then because the client is here already, I will just remove the inhibition layer, and then in the next part I will show you how we file them and shape them and do the design. Okay, that's them both ready for filing. I will just go through and touch up on the inhibition layer. And then I can show you how I shape them. So first of all, you want to make sure the side walls are really nice and same. You want to file one side, then I'm gonna file the other side. Just a gentle touches. The file is really sharp. File it from underneath, because this way you always blend, guys, the natural nail with the product. And I always love filing like from underneath. It's also keeping the nail shape really nice and straight. And then I'm just gonna blend it, everything around the cuticle area, just like this. And this one, the gel went on actually so nice that I have to only touch up this side. And that's it, leave it. The rest is going to go by the buffer. So try to usually file it like more of a clever rather than just file whatever. Because it's a huge time saver. And same with the product application. That's why I'm like pressing harder and pressing lighter to leave a different amount of the product. And I never do a final shape, like so. I would kind of start shaping the nails, and then if it's needed, I might go back to some places. So this one I need to touch it up more, just because it's a little bit more uneven. And then check it, how it looks overall. Olivia, I've got really long nail bed on this one, so usually I need to file it a bit shorter than the other ones. And then just repeat. So in this one, Olivia, I've got the situation, you can see the nail folds, like this one is much like going at the angle. Watch out, because automatically the nail file almost goes in there, and you want to have a straight line at the same height, like so straight line is here and then straight line is there, rather than like filing into it. So really do watch for that. And then again, even it out. File it from underneath just to blend it. And very bad situation in this one. You can see it is not nice shape at all. And it's also strongly dropping down. Like so, if you look at the side view, you can see it is quite dropping. So first of all, I want to get rid of this droppiness as much as possible. And I'm filing it from underneath. And when you file from underneath, you actually do not shorten the nails, you just file the droopiness really straight, straight, and then that indicates to me where we are uneven. Blend around the cuticle area. And I want to show you already how the shape has changed. I can see this side is a little bit more droopy. Re-inspect, that's correct. And how did I knew that this side is droopier? Because this side wasn't, so when I had it in that position, I could still see the side walls when I was looking straight, like this side wall was lower, so that's why I could see it, guys. And then we need to really thin out the free edge, and this way you can see the shape improved so much on this nail already. And then just doing exactly the same on the thumb nail. And again, the thumb nail turned out pretty nice.
You didn't put very much on it.
No, because it was already quite nice. So there is no needed. We actually really just replaced the apex, and we fill it up the gap, the growth gap. I actually love them this length as well, but probably I will need to shorten them a little bit once I file the other hand, but I will do it outside the camera to don't keep you bored. Don't dirty them.
I like them.
You like them?
I know it's bothering you that they're two slightly different lengths. But it's okay.
It's okay. She
I want
says.
the length, but I want to be able to play guitar.
And now is the time for bathing. So what I'm doing is, first of all, like you can bath it all over, just like this, like not bothering at all about the corners, too close to the cuticles. Just do it nicely middle, because this way you will smooth out like and prepare the new, like the extensions you have done for the product application. Yeah, we need rough surface. Then I like to go like this, and quite often on some clients I would use like an extra ball to go around the cuticle area. On Olivia, the cuticle area is really nice, so it's not necessary usually. Now I have bathed it and I have discovered that this was uneven, so I'm just touching it up with the file. So sometimes I wouldn't see the things until I clean the nail more. There we are, the next one. Push back those cuticle area.
That's cleaning the tall windows.
Is he?
Yeah, you
love
can't
that.
see him right now, but
He's...
all I can see is just like big long stick with a rag on the end, just going up and down the
And make
window.
spring cleaning. See, it's good to have him. He's actually so helpful, like in a house as well, like with all the cleaning and everything. And what else I love about this buffer, that is almost like kind of exposing cuticles even more. So I can easily...
Exposing or exfoliating?
Exfoliate, both. Both. It's exfoliating them, so it will more exfoliate like in here, and quite often I would use it like, you know, to get rid maybe of that. There we are, gone. So yes, it is exfoliating, but also it is moving them, so they kind of, sometimes they can almost hide. And with bathing like around the cuticle area, they will nicely show up as well, and then I can safely trim them without overdoing it before the product application. And this area obviously is absolutely safe and free from any cuticle, because we have removed cuticle from the nail plate. We only keep the one on the nail fold, which is an actual, sometimes it is a nail fold as well. And then do it on that one as well. So nice and gentle. Perfect, let's trim those cuticles now. Oh, you can really hear him squeaking like, choop, choop. So quiet now.
Do you still have 2 clients to go?
Yes, 2 clients to go.
In case we don't manage to finish everything, do you want to finish after your client or tomorrow?
I don't know. Well, we'll see how the day goes. So obviously we have done a big squeeze in for Olivia's nails and we have to finish them. And we wouldn't manage before the client. Not a chance. Okay, but that's them ready for the next step, and our next step is gonna be the beautiful design. Yay, finally the design time. So it was actually really hard set because we had so many disturbs. Paradise is a really amazing pink color, and this is what we are gonna swap into Olivia's nails. And you know guys, I have told you, like, when I'm doing a designs on the tips, this is basically how I'm doing on a live person as well. So I'm just dropping on random dots of the product like this, and that was 220 wave after wave, and Paradise is 259. And if you like those colors guys, we do post internationally. And of course Purple Rain, which is very strongly pigmented, so very careful with this one. I'm always putting like a tiny wee drop of it, and it's 242. I keep my sponges on the back of the form, and that's the one I have used. So you can see it has a all mixture of the colors in it. Very important thing, pull down the nail folds, and I'm going up quite close to the first one which goes wrong, because normally it doesn't go that way. And I'm just touching up like this, and you can see it, her nail folds are nice and clean. We are not making mess of it. You want to only touch up around the cuticle area with the clean part of the sponge. And then another one. So depending on the design, sometimes I need to go very close to the cuticle, and I need to like sometimes even a help of the D-liner brush. For this design, I'm just touching up like this, and I'm smudging those colors in. And because it's such a thin layer and I am not too bothered how this is gonna turn out, I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more blue and those purple one more time before I cure it, just so it's faster really. Just random, and then grab that sponge again and just touch it up, just so it's a little bit more pigmented. So it's neither an ombre, neither a tie-dye. It's like kind of opal-ish.
Almost tie-dye.
Almost tie-dye, almost opal look. Okay, and then once we've got that part, we are gonna cure it. Just because I love to save the time, so when my client is cooking, I'm just picking up a drop of the pink paint, just a small drop of the pink one, and as you can see, this one is well used. A drop of the white one. This is what you get when you don't close them properly. Then I've got some white one and a touch of green. Okay, I've got my paints in there. I'm just gonna grab a fresh piece as well for a mixing of those colors, because we are gonna do one stroke flowers, and they are of course my favorite one to do. But first of all, we need to top coat our design. So that's it, ready for a top coat. High shine, no wipe top gel. Going on nice and even.
You might want to say that your white paint is ancient and that's why it's separated, and it's perfectly fine, it just needs a mix.
Oh yes, of course. Thank you, Olivia, for being so... full concentration on, because we've got again like only a couple minutes before the next client comes in.
This is the 4th time we've sat down to try and...
Yes, guys, this is the worst set ever, in a matter of like trying to find a time for it. But obviously her nails have been so desperate because it was 6 weeks. And I'm not gonna put the top coat yet on the fan because I like to kind of top coated it quite thick. So I want to freeze it and then grab the Aurora Chrome pigment. For chromes, I like to cure it 60 seconds. But once the top coat reach 10 seconds, I'm gonna apply it on the fan. Full concentration in. Like I'm trying to do it as speedy work as possible. And I had dilemma because one side of me wanted to do it more of an opal look, and to be honest, just applying chrome over it would give me those perfect results. Bless you. But we are gonna actually do it with the one stroke paint and a sherry kind of blossom. I'm just gonna squeeze a tiny bit paint again because I didn't mix the previous one. Now the reason why I'm grabbing some green is I want actually have some branches, and I want those branches, now my white behaves nice, I want those branches to be kind of of green. So I don't want too much green and I don't want too much black. That's why this is a color which I are gonna use for branch. Can I have it, please?
No.
Aurora Chrome in, and that does all the magic. Like, I mean, not on the fan, it needs like 2 seconds longer. Look at this, it's so perfect. It's just perfect, perfect, perfect. I love it so much. And I love like how much color difference, like we've got it, we've got some pinks, purples and blues going on in there. Absolutely fantastic. Just to speed up the time, I'm gonna straight away.
Use the dust brush.
I'm gonna, thank you. It's just the time, like I am panicking, the client might just walk in, and do couple branches like this. They are hardly visible, just whenever the light reflects on it. And just doing a very thin branches like this. And then using my one stroke brush, this is a level 2, I'm just gonna pick up my paint, white and pink, mix it well, and we are gonna paint like a quick cherry flower. And again, this is something I do show you a lot on the tips, and this is now you can see it how I'm doing it on an actual client. Then some flying ones, it's just a touches. Re-pick up my paint and do another flowers touch. The brush is just a perfect size, guys, for doing those kind of artwork. And you cannot go wrong really with the cherry blossom flowers because they are so delicate, and you can kind of do it at like some parts really smudged and hardly visible, and some parts which are much more visible. Okay, so first layer, I am not too precise about it because we want to top coat it again and then do a second layer. So top coat it. This way we get this kind of magic look. Perfect, cook it. Brilliant, and at that time my thumb is ready as well to rub the chrome in. And I can give it a couple scratches to that. Just so I can paint another layer. Clean the dust, and now do another layer of the petals and flowers.
You've overfiled one.
It's okay. So mix my paint again, nice and gentle. And Olivia mentioned it, I overfiled one. Which one?
It might not be.
No, it's just
Is that
yeah.
the way the light's
Yeah.
shining? Okay.
And now I'm doing around 2 of the petals, so I'm squeezing smaller petals inside the previous one. Plus adding more cherries. Look, that you can easily play with the fingers. I'm not going to play it too much. Normally, if I'm not recording, I would even put a client hand upside down, just because so you can guys see it. Another layer of the petals. A tiny drop of the water. Some flying ones. A cherry on the side. Another one just hiding there. This one is just half visible. Actually, I'm gonna go upside down. Make sure we are still in camera. There we are. Okay, I don't want to overdo it because it is a really delicate set, so just get those flying ones. And then they are ready for a top coat. So I'm gonna start with the foam, and for Aurora Chrome, they are usually okay, like even if I do not scratch the free edge, or I don't need to apply any base or anything. I just apply a really decent amount of the top coat and I make sure I cap it properly. And also by this time the paint has dried. And we've got romantic cherry opal nails, I would say.
Perfect for spring.
Absolutely, like very delicate. Yeah, let's cook them. Brilliant. I just applied the top coat on the other nails as well. Cap the free edge. And I would call it actually a super fast set. Cook it. Perfect, that's them all finished. So I'm just gonna clean Olivia's hand and we are gonna take a nice and beautiful thumbnail picture. Unfortunately inside today against the cherry tree, which we have the DIY'd, but they would look absolutely amazing and unbelievable in a daylight. Guys, like chrome always looks the best in the daylight, absolutely magic. So just apply a drop of the cuticle oil and they are ready for a thumbnail picture. I hope you have really enjoyed this video, sending you huge glittery hacks, and see you in the next one. Bye!